I am in the mood to play.
Deep purple, blue witch's weed, gin magic, irie rare, antichrist, drugs of the dead. Lilith be my private dancer. I'll get the black and arrow tips ready to fly. From the other side, with the trident triple order of Ambrosia Calypso, the nemesis, beer and hot dogs, cashmere into cutty. Here's Johnny Ampleweed serving the craft. Corum Kirum, personification of light and the sun. Mediator, redeemer, and savior.
Welcome back to Lady Babylon. Oh, God, this is Prophet Wars, people. This is Prophet Wars. People, we're just going to have fun tonight. We're just going to have fun because I am going to show you a spectacle. I'm going to show you a spectacle that you have been asking for, that your inner being has been crying out for, something you have wanted to see. Hail Satan. It's good to see you, satanic congregation. To all the people who run when they turn me on, now is the time. Run. Get away. Hurry up. Because I'm going to show you a dead monist. Oh, God. I'm going to dig this guy out of a hole tonight. Okay, people? Let me just tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to dig this guy out of a hole. Do we have any? I'm going to dig him out, bring him to you, and you and I together are going. We are going to beat the hell out of him. Oh, God, because he deserves it, people. He's one of those. I've brought you a real bad person tonight, right out of the history of Mother Greek. Right? Oh, God, is this guy awful? He's absolutely awful. Absolutely. This guy, as Mother Greek will show you, by the way, before we really jump in, let's say a fond hello to Mother Greek and satanic congregation. People, I'm getting your email. I know that. Your things that you're doing are fantastic. Keep it up. Keep working. Right? Keep pushing. Keep your voyeurism up of Mother Greek. Just keep peeping at her. You know what I mean? Right? Fantastic. Fantastic. People, this dude that I'm bringing you tonight, you're going to love to hate this person. Right? You're going to love to hate this person. No, don't bring that up yet. Okay. People, you know me, and you know what my devilish weakness is. You understand, people, that I must always play that string of Aphrodite. Oh, God. I must always, right? This is Uranian, people. This is Uranian, and I must play that string. Oh, so what I'm going to bring you right now is the dude who was responsible for more damage historically, more damage on a quantum psychic level than any other human being. And you're going to be like, wow, this guy must be really bad. He is, people. This dude is bad. And he is now the hero of the people in charge. He lived during a time when the monist population had exceeded 30%. And that's all you need, people, to drive a government into the trash can. That's all you need is 30%. It's not a secret. It's math. This guy compelled that to happen. This guy came along. I'm not giving you his name because I want you to get a picture of him first. This guy came along at a time when the emperor realized, oh God, there's a shit ton of these monists running around, and you can't maintain power if you don't use them. If you don't use them. Have you heard, children? Have you heard how government works? People. So this dude came around, Constantine. He's not the one we're going to beat up tonight, right? He may rest in peace. Don't give a shit about Constantine tonight. But Constantine, people, you need to know, was a turd. Was a giant turd. Satanic congregation, we must hereby assign Constantine to the pit of poop. That's right. Put him right in the poop hole, people. You mean you can do that? Yeah, I can do that. Right next to Jung and Timmy. Right? Fantastic. Put him in that poop hole. Why? Because he sold out. He sold out for the sake of power. And that power consumed him and steamrolled forward. And there were people who tried to stop it. There were people like Julian, aka Julian the Apostate. That's how you will have learned of him, because of this man. This man was alive when Julian's father was murdered, along with many of his male relatives. He was just a kid and he was sent off. He was sent off to a prison. It wasn't a prison. It was it was a place where he was shackled to some frickin' dude named Eusebius, who's some kind of, he's gonna frick your mind. Do you understand? What's he gonna do? You see, the monist campaign had been to destroy the libraries. Once that was accomplished, they needed something to fill that void. And this guy that we're going to dig up tonight is propaganda minister number one. He's the one who writes the "I'm going to kiss your ass" speech to the emperor. Do you understand? They knew, right? They knew. It's gorgeous, right? You could write out a plan of this, people, ahead of time. Ahead of time, right? Turn them into a Department of War, right? Let's see. You watch what happens. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, people, I want you to say, where is he going, right? Where is he going? I want to start tonight. Because nobody catches this. I want to start tonight with Abdul. Did you bring him? Yeah, bring him up. Fantastic. I want you to bring up Abdul, and I want people just to start out. If we can just start out to reset ourselves, right? If we can just step back, regardless of your race or nationality, ethnicity, regardless of whether you're a man or a woman or an adult or a child or an elderly person. Step aside for a minute and remember that a United States Army colonel came to us with this picture, and he said, "This boy kissed my hand," and went off and was executed in a genocide. This is the worst thing I've ever seen, and I've been all over the place. And the reason this man did that is because of his wife. I want you to focus on that man's wife for a minute and realize that she's the one who's giving Abdul a voice. Okay. There is a string of justice, and it's purifying, people. It's purifying. In comes the storm. In comes the storm, people. Be aware of the lightning tonight. Oh, God. Do they get it, Chewy? Are they receiving this? Fantastic. Fantastic, people. What am I going to do? I'm going to bring up this dude. His name is Eusebius, right? No, I thought you said the other guy was. No, that was just some other prick, right? Now, Eusebius is going to be used by the modern world around you right now, people, as you are living and breathing, and I am living and breathing with you, which is nice to do. Satanic congregations, nice to live and breathe with you. Say something nice, right? With the breath that we share. Put something nice up there, Chewy. Right? Let's see. Yeah, oh, yeah, well, okay. Just wait for that person. They're getting on the throne. Right? Women might be able to save us. Let us. There you go. There you go. Right? Fantastic. That's a nice thought. Go ahead and leave that up there for a second. Right? What am I going to bring you tonight? I'm going to bring you some things that Eusebius said at a time when the monism that is prevailing, that has several factions, one of which you would call Judaism and the other Christianity. These factions now that are congealing have taken power. And what is happening? What are they bringing to the world? In order to change the poles, in order to switch, they have to bring with them something fantastic, something incredible. You see, we've burned all the libraries down. Now, what are we going to indoctrinate people with? We're going to do it with Eusebius, because he's going to write a history and he's going to show you how this present world has been prepped, how it's been prepared by God, by Yahoo himself. Remember, Yahoo's good for the Judeans and good for the Christians, right? Meets everybody's agenda, right? The monisms come together when it comes to the overthrow of civilization. Fantastic. You didn't bring the overthrow of civilization, did you? Chewy, my God, we've got to get on it. We've got to get on it. Okay. People, so what does Eusebius write? Put something nice up. Go ahead, put that. People, here you go. Now remember, when you destroy all the libraries, right, restrict all the recreational drug use and sacramental drug use, right? When you pull down the oracles, what you begin to get is what I call technically, people, this is a term in the field, the shitification of art. And here it is. The initial stage of shitification began in the 4th century. Here we go. When's this piece of shit from? I'm not sure. But the reason, people, that we can't have a really, really nice depiction is because monism. Your history, blow me up for 1 second. Your history, I don't care if you're a Spartan or a Judean. And by the way, they said those were the same thing. Put that in your brain for a minute. Huh? Yes, right? What is this guy doing? It doesn't matter who you are. You've got to look at what's happening. Look at what's happening in the source. Could a woman's voice bring us? Yes. Yes, Nancy. Yes. It could. Yes. Nice. Okay, here. Let me finish my tale, my introductory tale, by telling you, Eusebius comes along and he writes this propagandistic bullshit in which he says very plainly, very, it's got ad nauseum, just this verbal vomit that can be summed up in with one phrase. Greek got what it got from Hebrew. It got it, people. Do you understand what he's saying? It got it from Hebrew, right? There's only one problem. The sources that you say are out there that Greek would be borrowing from, those don't exist. Those don't exist. This is part of your political platform to manipulate. There is nothing of that Hebrew. Nothing. It is a fabricated language, and the monists must prop it up. And the way they do is by falsifying history. Now, let me give you a modern example of this. Think of Jordan Peterson. I watched him once because somebody told me, you better watch this guy. Right? And I watched him. And he talked about the Middle Ages and the advent of the scientific method through the Christian lens. Oh my God, are you joking? This man is rewriting history. He's doing exactly what Eusebius is doing. He is rewriting history in order to prop up a theology. Why do you think it is that people like Wes Huff call themselves apologists? It's from this dude, Eusebius. This is the greatest apology, people. It is setting up for society a false history. Oh. And there was one guy that came along who tried to stop it. And he was killed by the Christians in battle. They were his own soldiers. Right? Why? Because when monism gains power, it's not there to benefit your ideologies. It's there for itself. Democracy is not a part of monism. It's not. It never has been, and it never will be. Society will crumble, and the only thing that will be left is that hellish image of the monist monarchy, when the king himself takes the throne, because the old orange guy is gone. When he takes the throne, congratulations, people. You have the end. You have the end. Oh, God. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Eusebius is, that's why I'm telling you, Eusebius is the biggest criminal. The biggest criminal in quantum cyclical history. Because he took from you a past and gave to you an inspiration for generations of apologists just like himself to be able to tell you lies. Lies. People, there is no Moses. There was no Abraham. These are all inventions of the 3rd century. There are no sources for any Hebrew works anywhere, anytime. There's no literature. There's no libraries. There's nothing. For Eusebius to say these great Greek works, they were planted by Yahoo. Ta-da, Hebrew. Do you see what ancient Hebrew is? Ancient Hebrew is a move of propaganda to control. That's it. when I tell you, satanic congregation, that you're dealing with beautiful Mother Greek in all her living, gorgeous, voluptuous, curvy hotness. I'm saying that because Mother Greek is a real language, an organic language, a form of communication that, like a bird's song, came naturally into the universe. There are also artificial languages. Ancient Hebrew is not a natural language. It is an artificial language. The Nephilim, you moron, according to the alchemists and the witches, the source, the vapor itself that gives us the vision of God. Nephilim, and you morons run around just like you do trying to kill red cows. You run around looking for this. Where is it? Where'd it go? Is it under this rock? Is it? And you don't even realize that you're looking for nothing, an illusion, a complete grand illusion, a deception that was planted in antiquity and now is you. You are people of deception. Your very existence is a lie. Oh, God. Eusebius, you little son of a bitch. People, look what he did. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. If you ignore this, you're going to end up in the same position, right? Over here, in the land of the free and the brave, the gun is loaded. And we are about to receive that final stage, that destructive stage when monism takes the throne. Get off it, you old orange bag of shat. You're just holding it for JD. You're just holding it. People, why can I tell you the future? Why do you think I can tell you the future? Because the muse has sung this song repeatedly. And I've studied history, not as a historian, but as a lover of Mother Greek, who is way better than any modern history book, right? You can take any historian's work, set it up next to Mother Greek, any treatise. I'll take this shit, right? And it just blows things away. It just blows things away, right? You knew that number two had the hairy armpits. You know, I tried to tell him that. Okay, give me the first source, please. Oh, is it? Oh, Chewie's got to run and defibrillate the engines while we mess around here. Okay, fantastic. Okay, oh, God. Fantastic. Let's go. Fantastic. Good job, Chewie. That's all we needed? That's not bad. Here, turn that thing down. I don't like that. Where are my shades? People, let me take you somewhere. I'm going to take you to one place. I'm going to take you to Eusebius. Go ahead and put up, no, the first one was up on the upper right. Yeah, this is nice. I think okay, I'll just start here. No, that was at the end. That's the end. So go to the other side. There you go. Right. People, here's the passage. Just so you can see. Go ahead, Chewie, pull it up. Boom. People, look at me. Look at me. What kind of yumminess am I bringing to you? This is on the Phoenician elements. Now, these elements are most of the time considered to be letters, and that's a shit translation because they have grammata. They don't need, that's not the word they're using here. They're using stoicheon. And what are your stoicheon? They're those elementary sounds that your language makes. Okay, people, look, we can't even translate properly because people always translate that letters. We can't even translate Mother Great properly. She is so elegant. She is so multifaceted. Ah, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Bring it back up. People, let's start reading this. We're going to be looking at some of the history of the Phoenician language, right? And this guy, he says, this very same guy, he does what? He takes this Phoenician stuff from Sanchuniathos, right? Or on, excuse me, on the end. It's a very unusual name, right? Sanchuniathon, right? And what does he do? He tells us about, look at, I just want you to see this. He says he's going to talk about what sort of things there are with those serpents, those creepy crawly things, and those beasties that have the venoms, right? Oh, God. Which they just involve you in what? Thoron Kailumen, right? You don't want those, right? A farsia is the purging of that corruption, right? You don't want corruption. You don't want that decay. Do you want that? This is a process, people. Listen to the culture that's coming through the language, despite Eusebius's, just out and out lies. I mean, I heard that guy talk about medieval history and just make shit up. And I'm just thinking to myself, trying to make Christianity the center of science and learning and education. No, buddy. Did you see the art they produced? Right? They killed people. Who said strange things. Like, oh, there's a bunch of planets out there. We're not the only ones. Oh, kill them. Right? You see, if you can control the way people think, you can gain total power. It's why you have to be told that something is fake. Don't tell me something is fake. Show me the evidence and I'll figure out whether or not it's fake. Thank you very much. But that's what tyrants do. That's why tyrants force themselves on children. Children are always the victims of tyrants. People, let me tell you, if I can say one thing, and we'll get on to the material, but I do want to say one thing. This is important. When I heard our current leader, I'm not going to say president because he's not presidential at all. Our current tyrant, when I heard him talk about his daughter's backside in a sexual way, I was one of those fathers in the audience that wanted to vomit and knew right away what this dude was all about. It's some kind of natural instinct. It's not artificial. It's natural. Do you see what monism relies on? It relies upon artificiality. Okay, now that's the bedrock. That's the foundation for the pagan mystery. Are you ready? You love the reason, except for the atheist. And those atheists deserve spankings. Every atheist out there who's sitting there listening, you didn't expect this, but this is coming to you right on your buttocks. Only an idiot would say there's no justice. Right? Only an idiot. Okay, give me the same source. I want to do some more. People, what is at the heart? What is at the heart of the danger here? Right? The danger is really here in the passage with you get the eobolic those little beasties, those little poisonous animals, right? You get those guys and their fear. But if you get wrapped up in this dusalte halapon ion, in this eos, people, do you remember this word? You remember what this word is? This is the venom. This is the venom. People will try to translate this as if you get bitten and injected with the venom. That's not what it says. Becoming involved with the devil in order to bring the light, in order to make the eyes full of light and to banish the darkness. You must be Christed, morning star. You must be Christed, morning star. Do you understand? You must be Christed, morning star. If you weren't there, you're not going to understand what this ritual is. Okay, give me that slide again, the first one, people. Go down. Okay, he tells us then, he's got his sources and he says, look, sorry, that's okay. You're cool. We're going to start and you're going to have a whole bunch of pictures now, right? Because Chewy illustrated this. He says here at the bottom, he starts out with a story. He says, this guy Ta Autos. Who is this guy Ta Autos? He's a guy who created the worship of the nature of the dragon and the serpents. He's the one who did it. Okay, we're pointing back. People, you didn't think I was going to take you here, right? You didn't know where I was going to take you. We're skipping back. We're skipping back in time, people. And where are we going to? We're going to a place where the dude does what? What does he do? Pull it up there again. What does this guy do? He exetheasin. Now, people, this concept in Greek it may sound simple, but it's not. Okay? You're going to bring out that divinity. You're going to capture that divinity. What is the divinity, people? It's the nature of the dragon. Do you know the nature of the dragon? That's what's at the heart of everything tonight, right, people? Now, why am I doing this, by the way? Because I know that the monists love Eusebius. They quote him all the time. None of them actually reads him, right? We're the first, right? Nobody actually reads them. I'll stand here, right, with whoever they want, and we'll read them together. That's cool if you want to. Nobody actually reads them. So I'm going to walk in, just like I walk in and took the Bible. Now I'm walking in. I'm taking everybody else that they love. I'm taking them one at a time. You know what I am? I'm the boogeyman. I'm the boogeyman, and I'm taking all of your people. I'm taking them all, Wes. I'm taking them all. You know what I'm doing to you, Eusebius? You can't see him, Wes. He's off camera here. His mouth is open, Wes. I'll tell you that much. His mouth is open. Let's go. Let's go to the first apologist. Kick him in the somewhere fancy. Yeah, that's right. Go. Fantastic, people. Look, the Egyptians and the Phoenicians also do this. They worship the power of the dragon. Okay. Now I want you to look at the bottom line. I'm going to explain it now. You just heard it. You don't know what it means. So I'm going to explain it. Do you realize I'm an ancient priest? I'm telling you what is the power of the dragon. Fantastic. Okay. Look at the bottom. Pneumatic kotaton tozon. It is the most pneumatic animal. The most pneumatic living creature is, next one, is the dragon. Okay? The dragon. No, next. Nope. Right here. Yeah. The most pneumatic. We'll get the next one. It's actually on the next one after that. But I want to put this phrase here. What the hell does that mean? The dragon is pneumatic. The dragon is pneumatic. Now you're going to have to pull out your inner. You're going to have to pull out your inner alchemist, your inner chemist, your inner metallurgist, right? And if you aren't any of those things, then you're going to have to think, okay, analogia. What do I use as my comparison? What do I use as my comparison? It's what Greek is always doing. Greek loves comparison. On the one hand, this, on the other hand, that. For this guy, this happens. For that guy, that happens. They love that stuff, right? It's programmed into the language. So you've got to understand the value of that. Contrast, comparison. Two things. What's this one's perspective? What's this one? That's how an advanced language works, people. Flexibility. Built-in flexibility. Mother Greek is flexible like you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe. Fantastic. Go. We're talking about, remember this middle word in this passage, we're talking about the nature. Phusis, right? That's the nominative form. This is phusin. Okay. Nature. Your job, people, is to understand, discover, and manipulate nature. To understand, to discover, and to manipulate. You cannot discover it until you understand it. This is why you need to be initiated. This is why the musicians have figured out how to initiate you. What a world. Can you imagine a world where your favorite musician was your priest or your priestess? Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be amazing. Well, what did you ask, Father? What did you ask? Right, we use Ozzy, recently departed. What did you ask Father Ozzy while he was here? Oh, I asked him this, and he told me, enter, fill the blank. That kind of spread of artistic knowledge is only because you are focused on nature. The Apostle Paul hates this more than anybody and says, you stop focusing on nature and you focus on enter blank. Boom. Yahoo. Boom. Jesus. Do you understand? It's the way your mind works. It is naturally pulled to nature, right? Naturally pulled to nature. Oh, God, they would love that because you'd be using the Greeks love to have two different words that are based on the same root right next to each other. They love it. This is a repetition. Turns them on somehow, you know what I mean? Because it's a very musical language. Turns them on, right? And now people, in order to advance the lie that Hebrew is the source for the Septuagint, people will say, oh, that's a Hebrew thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. And there are no Hebrew texts. And Homer is not getting his material from anything Hebrew because it doesn't exist, people. There's no kingdom. There's no kingdoms. There's no histories. There's nothing. All we've got is these people are from Crete, and some of them are Spartans. That's all we know. Where to trace them. When did Yahooism come about? Akhenaten pushed forward this Atonism. It only lasted for as long as he lived. But the monism that began with the Judeans and the Christians has never yet been defeated. It has destroyed and will always destroy civilization by rewriting history, which is where they always have to begin. Right? Who's that? Did that idiot Jordan Peterson with his suits Did you see him? I saw him. Fancy. Oh, he's a dandy. He's a dandy, he is. It's from all the money he's getting, from all the trash he's saying that appeals to the monists who now have power. People, can you speak truth to power? Can you speak truth to power? If you can't, you do not have a heptachord. You don't have think about that for a minute. It's the balance of those 7 strings, right? It's the balance of those 7 strings, and one of them hates tyrants. It's why monism. People, let me give you a check scientifically. This will prove everything to you. You can rest, you can go to sleep tonight. Finally, I learned the secret, right? What is the problem? This is the question. What is the problem with monism? That it can never produce good music. What is the problem with it? Why did you have an entire generation attempt to copy, attempt to plagiarize metal and called themselves Christians? Why did they do it? They were thieves. They weren't monists, they were thieves. But the thing that it showed to us, the generation that lived then, that was hungering for the music, the thing it showed to us is they couldn't replicate that spark of Satan that is heavy metal. You can take home the reality that heavy metal is the production of the devil himself. Okay. It's the production of the devil himself. Okay, people? I hope that someday I can bring you a picture of what I just described. I love it. Let me go on. Give me the next. No. There. Okay. People, I want you to look into the depths of the dragon. I want you to see, why is it that we worship the dragon? Why is it that we worship the dragon? This guy, Epais, right? Don't mind the name. It's just the, Epais. That's what they call him, right? He uses allegoron. People, what is this guy doing? He is allegorizing. He is allegorizing, right? Oh, and by the way, who is he? Ho onomastes par autois, who was called by these people the Megistos, the great what? The greatest what? Hierophantes. Hierophant. Hierophant. What is a hierophant? A hierophant is one. Go ahead. Oh, sorry, put it up. A hierophant is one who does, wow, what is this guy doing? Now, realize how much education goes into these people, right? Because they got to know their magic, their alchemy, their pharmacy. They got to know that stuff. Their music. The hierophant is one who teaches the rules of sacrifice and worship. And remember, when they say sacrifice, the overwhelming majority, they mean burning compound incense in order to envision and pray to the gods. Okay? They're not talking about lining up animals. The stuff that you have heard from Bible times and that bullshit, okay, they did slaughter. Right? And they didn't have plenty of blood sacrifice. Okay? But there's a reason that they call thyiads or thuiades those who sacrifice. There's a reason they are the women who are nuts in the Bacchic Pneumatic procession. Right? They're the ones who were on the clouds. Do you know what Medea does when she makes her eidolon and puts in it drugs and carries it around? She gives you the clouds. Right? Aethale, vaporous, poisonous clouds. Why? to turn the flesh dark. To turn the flesh dark, people. Haven't you been hanging around these magi, have you? You haven't been hanging around. It's people. It gets weighty after a while. It's like the knowledge is worth it. Trust me. Give me the next one. I'm back to that text again. Boom. People, I want to give you a few lines of this. So that was it. Go ahead, make me small. I'll put on my glasses, my light reflective glasses. What is this guy doing who's the Hierophant? He's allegorizing, but they want you to know that he's the best Hierophant, man. And he's also a hierogrammateus. This is a holy person who has to do with the lettering, the writing, the things produced, the writing. Do you understand? He is in charge of this stuff. That's him. Right? And why do you have to be this way? Because people, there's a lot of stuff they're doing, and it takes a lot of work to figure out what chemicals and what metals to use. Now, look, people, here's a nice little quote. Areos Herakleopolites. Oh, God. This dude's got to cut down that name, bro. It's too long. Right? It's too long. From now on, you're George Smith. Shut up. Right? Kata Lexon, who does so? People, this is what do we have here? We're having people quoting other people. Do you realize this? We have quotes. We can make entire books of just the quotes of specific authors. And that's what they've done here. This is for Philo. Herennius Philo. He's a grammarian. Bring it back up, Joe. I want to translate. I'm getting hungry to translate, people. Look at what this magic stuff does to your head, baby. Are you ready? What does he say? The first, right? The first thing being most divine is the office, the serpent. Now, it does say it's not just any old serpent, but it's the serpent that has the shape, right? Has the shape of the hierox, the hawk, and that it's very graceful. Okay, now wait a minute. We're talking about the nature of the serpent, and we're invoking the image of the hawk. Why? Because the hawk is perfection. Perfection is the expression of nature, people. It's the expression of nature. It's the standard. What we're doing is we're setting our standard so that we can judge the divinity of the serpent. It's the hawk that will show us the divinity of the serpent. Fantastic. Did people get that? I said it twice. I should have said it 3 times. Are you ready? Jordan Peterson. Oh, God. Just total fucking fabrications, people. I can't believe people listen to him. He's popular. I don't know if anybody's noticed, right? But he's popular. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's a giant back alley, and all you can hear is groans of people that Jordan Peterson has got in the back alley. And every time he fingers somebody, he gets a new suit. Welcome to insanity. Welcome to insanity. It's complete lies, people. It's complete lies to restructure your society, namely to tear down your democracy. Democracy is an ancient Greek concept. It does not belong to the Middle Ages, the time of that art. Show them the art again. The time of this. It doesn't belong to that. Do you think the people that drew this, do you think these people could fucking figure out anything? Any of the Byzantine church stuff? Look at it, people. Just look at it. You think these morons could come up with this No, they couldn't. They couldn't even. Look what happened. Where'd the art go? It went out the friggin' window. And what's funny is I said this a couple of years ago, and somebody wrote to me. Somebody wrote to me who's like an art historian of Byzantine Christian art, and just read me the riot act. You know what I mean? Just gave it to me. Right. And then gave me some examples or something that was just trash. And I was like, dude, don't you see? It's like, take your shit and go. Your world is a lie. It's a lie that you're perpetuating through people like this. People like this. And it's going to destroy your democracies, people. Fantastic, right? Oh God, where is Talos? Has that orange freak found his way? Not yet, not yet. History still has. We're getting there, but history still has use. Still has use for the tyrant. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Laugh at people, right? That's sometimes how it works. Give me the text again. Let's go on and explain. What is this mystic that so-and-so is quoting so-and-so quoting so-and-so, and Eusebius is the one who's writing all of this down. Right? Right? Okay. What happens when this ideal opens up its eyes? It floods the world, everything, with its light. It floods this light in that protagonic soil, that protagonic country. Okay? The protagonist people. Do you understand that? Okay. Are you ready? If it closes its eyes, everything gets dark. It says there becomes skotos. Skotos. Can we look up skotos on LSJ, please, so people can get what happens when the ideal closes her eyes? What do we get? What do we get? We get this. Oh, are they gonna? Fantastic. Fantastic, people. I can't wait. You're going to love this. Boom. People, you think that they can have just a simple word. Mother Greek, darkness, man. We just want, just bring it down to darkness. But let's figure out what that means. Darkness, right? Ooh, sometimes it's neuter, people. Look at that. Darkness and gloom. Well, there's a big difference between darkness and gloom, right? What can I say about it? Well, it's the opposite of Thaos. This is the absence of the light. In the Iliad, it's always the darkness of death. Always the darkness of death. Right? What happens to that person who dies? They're hidden in the gloom. And it's used then of the netherworld. The netherworld. I want you to smell Nemesis. I want you to smell Nemesis, people. I want you to be drawing Nemesis, because that's where we are. That's where we are when we enter the gloom. When we enter the gloom, people, there are no dead conversions. It doesn't matter how many. It doesn't matter how many of the nuggets you've downed. It doesn't matter. It's a reckoning. It's a reckoning. And Nemesis is there. This is part of a boundary of the quantum existence that you can chart it out. You can measure it just like you could anything else in your material world. Nemesis. There is no judgment. Remember, the Antichrist denies the judgment. Right? Why? Because there's no judge. Do you see? You only bring upon yourself your punishment. That's nemesis. Oh, God, think about that for a minute, man. And then you'll figure out why they were so concerned about Oedipus, right? The guy who killed his father and slept with his mother, right? And believe me, they loved each other. They loved each other. He thought she was hot, right? Because she was younger when, his dad that he killed, was older considerably. And she was younger, and it's just the way it is. She's, you know what I mean? It's the way it is. Can you see nemesis? Can you see nemesis? Give me that Greek one more time. Let me make sure. Wait, Skotos. Did we finish Skotos? The darkness? I don't think so. Let's go back real quick to Skotos. People, let's see if there's anything delicious we can sense from the netherworld besides the nemesis, right? Bum, 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 bum. Tartarus. Looky here, people. It's a good thing we came back. Look at Tartarus. What is Tartarus, people? It's the place of punishment. It's the place of punishment. Who are the children of ancient darkness? Oh, don't you want to meet them? Oh, look, there's gates there too. Oh, this is gorgeous. People, darkness. Skotos is also that which is the womb. That which is the womb. Now you're going to sit there and you're going to think, God damn it. These people can't come up with a single simple concept. The darkness of the moon, of the womb. The darkness of the womb. Okay. What do the Greeks call the uterus? They have several names, right? Matrix and all that kind of stuff. But they also call it the grave. Why? Why would you associate the grave, people? Do you understand what birth is? Birth is coming from the grave. It's the place you were before you got to mommy. The mystery's function is to take you back there, to revive your memory. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, let's give me the next one. Yep. People, a couple of passages I want to. Yeah, that's fine. No, that'll work. Let's do that one. That's okay. I want to do that one. People, we're skimming along here, right? Skimming along here nicely, and I want you to see that Zoroaster is at the top, and he is called here a magos. He's a magos, and what is he? He is in the holy synagogue of the Persians. Okay? In the holy synagogue of the Persians. If you're confused about that, don't be. Synagogue is a Greek word. It never was a Hebrew word, never will be a Hebrew word. Just like phylactery is a Greek word. It was never a Hebrew word. It never will be a Hebrew word. It is a Greek word. There is no way that you can rewrite the history by saying there was this language that came along many years ago called Hebrew. And this thing was started by you got this guy out there with his kid in the desert and he's going to kill him. And then hits his vapors and God says, stop, right? Fantastic. These are huffers from the third. Huffers from the third, people. Abraham, Moses, they're all huffers from the 3rd century. And they all have the fingerprints right on them, right? They're all part of the mystery. Let's keep going because it's made in the 3rd century, people. Why wouldn't it be? Right? What does he say? What does this guy, Zoroaster, say? He says, God, right, has the head of hawk. Well, now you know why, right? And this is the first incorruptible, eternal God. Do you see this word aidios, aidios. If we take you in the lexicon to aidios, you will get eternal. This is the word that they use for the everlasting divinity. Do you understand? For the everlasting divinity, the timeless one, the one who will be all the way in the past, now, and all the way in the future. This is the word for that. Your eternal life that you're waiting for does not exist. It doesn't use this word. It uses a very peculiar, unique, interesting word, ionic. And that means the invisible made visible. The ion, through the Pythagoreans, very clearly outlined, right? You go check them out. 360 around a single circle. Do you understand? Degrees, my friend. Geometry. Nature is just geometry. Nature is geometry. Music is geometry. Something wrong? Oh, okay. Geometry. Get your text up here. Did you not do enough pictures for this? Is that why? Chewy feels bad. She didn't. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm just ranting on, Chewy. Right? Okay. He also says it's the teleos divinity, right? That complete divinity, the wise divinity, right? And this is amazing. Look what we have in the hands of the propagandist, right? Ultimately, the discoverer of holy nature, the only discoverer. In other words, people, the thing that you should be doing, that the Greeks tell you should be doing, this person is telling you shouldn't be doing it through the hand of somebody who is writing propaganda. What about these quotes? What about these quotes? Right? Another guy comes along, Ostanes. And what does Ostanes do? Well, he's got this octitude, you know what I mean? And what is he going to teach us? He's going to teach us this bottom paragraph, right? People took these forms of knowledge, right? These springboards from Ta'atos. And what did they do with it? They effusiologesan. Effusiologesan. People, listen to it. Effusiologesan. You hear physiology in there. What is this physiology? It's not the physiology you're thinking. It's the makeup of the universe. It's figuring out or determining the makeup of the universe. This is what your language should be capacitating in you. The ability to understand your nature. Right? Know yourself. Know yourself. So what happened, people? Back with Ta'autos. He understood the importance of that serpent nature. And he passed that on so that those basic structural elements, right, that we receive through the serpent, they took those and they built temples. And they made divinity. And they made banquets. And they made sacrifices. And they made orgies. Orgia. What are those? Rites, people. When you talk about initiations, you're talking about rites. Right? Why did they do this? Because they understood that they trusted that these were the greatest divinities and the leaders of everything. Okay. All right. All right. Do you see what you derive from the serpent? And people will say, well, where are the temples and where are the people? Just go walk through the Mediterranean. Try to throw a rock without hitting a temple or a sculpture or something with some dude or dudette holding a snake. Maybe it's climbing around the tree that's standing next to your hero, right? Go look for the places where Asclepius was worshipped, where we know. Look at the music. Look at the medicine. Look at its anchoring in the serpent. You want to know what the devil is? It's on every one of your insignia, right? Those of you who are in the military and are doctors, the devil's sitting right there. That serpent's right there, people. This is the satanic Bacchic power. We saw the satanic Bacchic chorus in ancient Greek. This is the satanic Bacchic power. Oh, God. Remember, these dynasties, they're branching off of the Echidna. Do you understand? They're claiming to be the truth. Look what monism did. Monism came along in 2025 and started saying things like, we are the source of your wisdom. We are the source of your knowledge. We're going to burn down your sources and we're going to give you the Bible. People, is this anything different than what they did in the fourth? Absolutely not. It's the same plan. You see, studying monism is like studying a virus, right? Viruses only act certain ways. They only do certain things. You could say they only do one thing. They spread a message. They integrate their DNA or RNA into yours. They spread the message. Okay, fantastic. Give me one more. There's a couple things I want to point out. Keep going. Yep, go ahead. Next one. Yep, that's okay. People, a couple more things I want to say. Just a couple, and then I want to open up a little bit. Yeah, we saw here's Zoroaster. For those of you who are studying, working hard on your Greek, right here. Here's another one. Here's another one. Give ostanes. Look at it, people. Look at it in the Greek. We're not making this up, dude. Right? There it is. Ostanes. Everybody look at ostanes. These are the people behind, right? The Cleopatras. These are the people behind the oracles, right? The oracles are always one step ahead because it's their research that's making all of this possible. Remember, when you want to raise somebody from that uterus, right, you are bringing them the light, just like you are in the mystery. There's a reason. Cleopatra says these two things are joined. Once you understand that, you'll know who you are. Oh, God. God, it's gorgeous. Give me the next text, please. Next. People. Okay, right? A little bit more magic and we'll be done. Here's the word for eternal. The true word for eternal is not the word ionic. This is not what you have. You do not have eternal life. If you are a monist and you think that you're sitting there and you go to church on Sunday and you pray and you're praying because you're grateful that you received eternal life due to the blood of Jesus Christ that covers your sins, you are wrong. You are not there because of the blood of Jesus Christ that covers your sins for eternal life. You are there for ionic life. And until you know what that means, until you have looked the ion in the face, you have never come anywhere near Jesus. He's the one who said, ionic life. Wes Huff, you better reassure your people that they have eternal life because I'm telling them that they don't. And Wes, people write to me and say, I didn't believe you, but I checked something out and you're actually saying the truth. And I think it's the biggest thing since cream pie because it shows me who I am. I'm believing in something that doesn't actually exist. You're not going to get eternal life, people, right? Everybody thinks, close your eyes in death and Jesus is going to welcome you. That's nowhere. It doesn't exist, people. It's not in the Bible. It's ionic life, right? You missed it. Oh, God. It's because of the translations, people. It's not your fault. It's the theology and the translations. Seriously. And the people who write the theology make the translations, and then they can do whatever they want with it. They do so in their ignorance, trust me. I have never yet met, and this is something I should have told you, Satanic Congregation, but I have never yet met a biblical scholar who could also read ancient Greek, right? And they'll say, wait a minute, what about Koine? Right? They can't read Koine either. I just said exactly what I meant. I've never met a biblical scholar that can actually read Greek and come to me and say, look, let's go over some of this Homer. I think there's some fascinating. No, nobody will show up. Jordan Peterson's not going to show up. I don't know if he does that. He's a psychologist guy or something, but he wouldn't. He's got enough brains to know if you don't do it, if you don't, if you're not an MMA fighter, right? Don't try to step into the ring, right? You'll get hurt. Fantastic. They all know that. Now, the thing that they're not going to get hurt physically. They'll lose all their goodies, right? Their reputation will go. I mean, serious people, imagine if you were a professor and you were coming on to a YouTube show, right? And, or whatever, a podcast interview of some sort. And next thing you know, somebody is schooling you. You're sitting there and you're showing the world. An invisible force is schooling you in ancient Greek. And you're sitting there and people are seeing that you actually don't. You just walked in. People, please understand the setup here. The professor walks in to the interview and says, I don't know who this guy is and I don't care, but I read Greek all the time. And I read it this morning. I read Euripides this morning. And then the host throws out, oh yeah, here's a line from Euripides. It's about Christing. Look at it. What does it say? And when he translates it, number one, incorrectly. He translates it linearly because it's what type of drug is it? A or B, Christ or potable, right? And he translated as, is it a Christ and a drug drink, right? You see? He just made himself look like a moron in front of every educated classicist. Every trained classicist is going to see that and go, oh, God, those biblical scholars suck balls. And they do. They suck balls. They do. You know it. The ones from Harvard are the worst, right? They suck the biggest. Fantastic. So now let's just take Eusebius and call him our. Give me another one. But a couple of points I wanted to bring up, people. What is this goody? What is this goody? Make me small. Right? People, what does this say? Houtos kar egapis en hotheos ton kasbon. Hoste ton huion ton monogene edokin. God loved the cosmos to such a degree that he gave his only born son, hina paso pistevon, in order that all who believe, esauton, on him, may apoletai ala eche zoen ionion. Your dissolution is what this is speaking of. Your dissolution. Do you know how the serpent is special? The serpent is special because the serpent doesn't die. The serpent sheds its age, he says, and is born new. Is born new. As a matter of fact, he says the only way that you can kill them is by force. They would naturally just go on and live and live and live and live. And that's why they are incorporated into the temple mystery, says this Greek. Okay? People, we know that these people are looking for the antidotes. They're looking for the things that will treat these poisons, that will counteract and counterbalance these poisons. It's an art. And the way that we get there, I was talking with Chewy about this today. It's actually quite, I think it's quite, imagine that you have a group of people who've, just think of it this way. There's a list of people out there who were violating underage girls. Big people on the list, leaders of the world, right? People violate. What happens if we took a room full of people who violate children and we said, okay, we've got 15 different snake venoms and we're going to test them and we're going to test combos. And what we're looking for, like the text that I showed you a few episodes ago, what we're looking for is not the one that kills you harshly and right away, but the one that it's dragged out over time. Which of the venoms do we have to mix together in order to get this thing that we can then send right into your blood and cause you to enter in to that divine purgation? Do you know why you experiment on people who violate children? Because those people require purgation. The cult is lethal. Christing is part of a process of renewal. What you have today is a virus that is nothing like the original mystery. For centuries, these people have lied to you, have set up for you a false history to justify their authority. They have none. Their authority is a lie. This is the function of the gadfly, to bring you the lie, to show it to you, to make it sting. Fantastic, people. Now, Eusebius goes on to say much great things about the serpent and the nature of the serpent. Yeah, go ahead, put that up. He does mention that here. Chewy created. Did you have any other pictures that you didn't get? Maybe you'll bring them up. Excuse me. Look at this, people. What is this? What is this? Everybody here, Satanic Congregation, this is our fun time. Are you ready? What is this thing? It looks like a serpent around a globe. It could also be a serpent around some kind of cosmic egg. It could be a serpent around some kind of cosmic egg. Do you understand what divinity we are working with? Do you understand where all of these symbols are headed? This is Saturnian, people. You need to see that Mother Greek is right in the middle of it. Bring me back the image. Show me the world, people. What does the text of Eusebius say this is? This is the theta. This is the theta. Oh my God. People, I want you just to stop and realize that encoded is a mystery. That the language itself is that mystery, and that without it, you have no power. There is no Yahoo. Yahoo is a lie. A lie meant to bring your death, your destruction, your decay, and your nemesis. Welcome to the apocalypse. People, thank you for joining today. I want to ask a question to Satanic Congregation. I know a lot of, No, not right now. Just we'll ask a couple of questions and see if we can get some response from the congregation tonight. I know that some of you were concerned. Some of you were concerned with the rising level of hoo-ha, violence and hoo-ha that's going on, right? And you were writing to me and saying, You know what I mean? Be careful and all this kind of stuff like that and whatnot. I'm appreciative of your protective nature. It makes me feel good to know that you're out there. And if if you were, if you could, you'd have my back. I truly appreciate that. Right. It's a absolutely glorious thing. And please know how much it means to me that you would fear for my safety. Right. I really appreciate that. We must bring this reality forward because it is crushing. It is crushing everyone. All the authorities, they're falling people. What I want to ask of you is what is the thing about these ancient sources? What I want you to do to me is I want you to send me email. People have been trying to get in touch with me, and apparently there are a ton of fakers out there, right? Who are not me. If you've been to a website or something, and you talk to me, no, you didn't. I promise you didn't, right? I don't do that. But you can send me an email that's from our site here that's listed on Lady Babylon. Yeah, AmonHillman@gmail.com, right? That's all you need. And what I'd like to do is I was sitting there the other day reading some of your email, and I was thinking to myself, it would be nice to use this as an avenue of true communication, to get people to be able to engage, just sound like something nice, something I want to do for you. So I'm giving out, that's my true email. Don't talk to other people. A lot of people got confused because I guess the bullshitters out there, they're trying to either break down Lady Babylon or they're trying to, money somehow. There's some kind of money people. I tell you what, I never realized how much was there and how ready this world is for the reaping. So tell me in an email, I want you to tell me the things that are transformational for you. Like what I want to know is things that you have seen through the sources that allow you to take a step forward. You can go to school and you can learn, and you can go from second grade to third grade, and you learn a little reading, and fourth grade it gets a little better in fifth grade, right? This is something that I want to detect, that I want to see in you, is those steps that you were taking, those graduations, and I want to see what's important. So if you can, please tell me what it is that gives you that liberation, what it is that causes you to be able to step out of the unreality into the real and to say, hey, right, I'm taking it. I've given you a lot. I've given you a lot of the devil. And I want you to understand, Satanic Congregation, that you owe him. You owe him, because the light that drives out that darkness, that rebirth that is the beautiful realization of nature, right? That can't come for the sake of profit. It has to be genuine, and it has to hurt. That reality has to be hard and cold. And I want you to write to me, and I want you to tell me what little bits of that reality have mattered to you, right? Just in a couple of sentences, so I can stick it in my brain and see what it is that we're learning that's so profitable. You know what I mean? Because that's the way it is. You always can do a better job as an educator, right? You always can do a better performance, right? You're always looking at how to increase your performance, how to make your work sharper. So if you can get back with me, and people, there's a lot of scamming, and there's a lot of people who are trying to, You notice that I tried to get people to come on, and that doesn't work, right? Because inevitably you get some liar sitting there who's off on some other YouTube channel doing BS, right? The corruption that we have to deal with is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So if you can help me see through it, fantastic. Okay. I just wanted to tell you that. Chewy, did you want to say anything? Satanic congregation? Chewy feels like she could have done better tonight. She feels like she could have. Did you anything else that you want to show that we may have missed? Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay. All right. All right. Well, give us one good one. Give us your best one. Where's the best one you had tonight? Boom. Ah, fantastic. Let's end on this note tonight. Isn't she gorgeous, right? Do you see the divinity coming to life, coming right out of the darkness, right out of the void, right into the light? This is the job of Lucifer, to bring you the light. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for standing with me 3 times this week. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope you have a nice neighborhood. And I hope somewhere along the way, Abdul will forgive us all for our fucking murder. Hail Satan.
Lucifer the light bearer, Prometheus bring fire, from the black sun unseen, sugar skull muerte, paint a little more red, feathered serpent, I wear a hat of darkness, awarded to me by Pharaoh of Nems, with the seal of Saturnia. I do not believe in states or boards. I trust in justice, the sword of Nemesis. For the chronicles of the present absentee. Hail Satan, the nation bought for 1 shekel, all the Arabs for free. Habibi, my captain of the